It's Q4. That means we're coming up to the end of the year. We've got to get this year closed off correctly, and we've got to get 2024 started off in the best possible way. And that means for a lot of organizations, hiring is going to be absolutely critical. So how do you make sure you're assessing talent in the best possible way to make the best possible hires for your organization? Check the video, I'll tell you a little bit more. Hello everybody, Taz here, Melius Consulting. I hope you're doing really well. We're talking at the moment about how organizations can secure the right talent by making sure they up their game when it comes to assessing. Why is assessing important? Well, I think it's perhaps the most important part of the hiring process. You can do a fantastic job when it comes to sourcing. You can identify the right people in the marketplace. Your brand can bring in the right talent. But I've seen organizations time and again lose talent because they just don't know how to assess them carefully and properly, and they reject candidates for all sorts of wrong reasons. And so over the next few videos, next couple of weeks, I'm going to be helping organizations on improving the way that they assess talent and thereby making sure they don't miss out on those individuals who are perfectly capable of doing the job and excelling in their organizations. So here's one really important factor. Before we start to get into the detail in the next videos, here's one important factor which I think is a philosophical factor which you should consider. Instead of identifying areas in which the candidate is wrong for your job, identify areas in which the candidate is right for your job. Most often, this is such a critical shift in mindset. Most often interviewers try to pick holes, right? They try to find the minuscule or the minor components of the candidate that actually won't be correct for your organization. It doesn't matter that 85% is correct, right? But it's that 15% or that 10% which, no, I'm sorry, I'm going to reject you for that reason. Think about it. If something was 85% good enough, 90% good enough, in general, would you be happy with that? Because we all know, right, that the 100% candidate doesn't exist. So if you do see a flaw or an area in a candidate's profile that isn't correct for your job or your organization, don't worry, that's completely normal. As long as that component is not fundamental to the success of the role, fundamental to the requirement of the candidate. As long as it's not, the rest can normally be trained or people can adapt. People are incredibly adaptable. People can change, people can adapt to your culture, to your organization, to your management style, to your ways of working. So that 100% candidate, you're not going to find him or her. If the candidate is 80% there, 85% there, really think carefully before you decide to reject them. And don't focus your interview on finding that 15%, that 20% flaw. Don't focus your interview on nitpicking. Don't focus your interview on trying to justify why you should reject the candidate. Focus your interview on justifying why you should accept the candidate. And that way you're going to secure a lot more talent, you're going to secure the relevant talent, you're going to secure people who are more than capable of doing your job and being successful in your organization. All right, so there you go. First tip, when it comes to assessing talent, don't go looking for holes, find a reason they can fit. Hope that's been useful. We'll do more videos in the coming days, all talking about how to assess talent and how to secure the right talent for your organization. I'll talk to you again real soon. Have a wonderful day ahead. Bye.